My dear friends, in this fast paced world, we often find ourselves running, struggling, and striving not to live better, but to look better in the eyes of others. We buy things we don't need to impress people who don't even care. We wear masks, smile when we're broken, and pretend to be perfect when deep down we're just trying to find peace. Have you ever noticed how exhausting it is to live for other people's approval? How draining it feels when every decision, every action, every post, every word is filtered through one question: what will they think of me? My friends, that single question has stolen more joy from human hearts than failure ever did. The truth is, no matter how much you do, no matter how perfectly you live, someone will still find fault in you. You can be the kindest person in the room, and someone will still misunderstand your kindness. You can be genuine, and someone will still call you fake. You can be successful, and someone will still try to pull you down. So why waste your energy trying to please everyone when even God Himself is criticized every single day? Focus on yourself, not out of selfishness, but out of self-respect. You are not here to perform. You are here to become. The world doesn't need another person pretending to be perfect. It needs someone authentic, someone real, someone who lives their truth even when no one claps for them. When you stop trying to impress others, something magical happens. You start impressing yourself. You start seeing beauty in your own growth. You start feeling proud of the small steps that no one else notices. You begin to realize that peace is not found in people's praise, it's found in your own progress. Remember this: those who truly care for you don't need to be impressed. They already love you for who you are. And those who demand to be impressed will never truly care, no matter how much you do for them. So take a deep breath. Release the pressure to prove your worth. You don't need to post it, show it, or seek validation for it. Just live it. Build yourself quietly. Grow in silence. Heal in private. Because the most powerful transformations are the ones that don't require an audience. My friends, you are enough. Not because someone said it, but because you exist. Your worth was never meant to be measured by likes, comments, or applause. It's defined by your character, your effort, and your heart. So today, make a simple promise to yourself. Stop chasing impressions and start building impact. Stop performing and start becoming, because the world doesn't need a version of you that fits in. It needs the real you that stands out. When you finally shift your focus from impressing others to improving yourself, that's when life starts to feel peaceful. That's when your confidence becomes natural. That's when your smile feels real. And remember, those who walk their own path never get lost in the crowd. You can never please everyone. So stop performing for others and start living for your own peace, growth, and authenticity. How often have you found yourself trapped in the endless cycle of trying to make everyone around you happy? You change your words so no one feels offended. You suppress your feelings so no one calls you difficult. You hide your pain because you don't want to be seen as weak. And in the process of pleasing everyone else, you lose the one person you were meant to take care of yourself. From childhood, we are taught to be good in everyone's eyes. We're told, don't say that people will think badly of you or behave properly. What will others say without realizing it? We grow up with an invisible audience in our heads, constantly judging every move we make. Every decision becomes a performance, every moment an act, and we begin to live for the applause, not for our peace. But here's a truth most people never realize. No matter how kind you are, someone will still dislike you. No matter how generous, someone will still misunderstand you. No matter how humble, someone will still think you're pretending. And no matter how honest, someone will still twist your words. The world's approval is like the horizon. No matter how far you walk, it always stays just out of reach. When you live for people's validation, you hand them the remote control to your happiness. Every compliment makes you smile. Every criticism breaks you. And you keep adjusting yourself like a puppet, hoping someday they'll finally say, "No, you're good enough." But they won't, because what people think of you has less to do with who you are and more to do with who they are. Their opinions are reflections of their mood, their experiences, their insecurities, not your truth. Imagine a world where a flower worries about what the next flower thinks of its petals, Ridiculous, right? Yet that's exactly what we humans do. We compare, we compete, we crave to be accepted, all while forgetting that no two souls are meant to bloom the same way. You weren't created to impress. You were created to express. You weren't designed to fit in. You were meant to stand out. The desire to be liked is natural, but the need to be liked by everyone is a trap. The moment you start chasing approval, you lose authenticity. You begin to filter your personality, your opinions, even your dreams, just to avoid being judged. But no matter how perfectly you adjust yourself, someone will still find fault, because perfection is not real and people's opinions are never stable. Think about this. Even the greatest souls in history were criticized. Saints were mocked, visionaries were doubted, leaders were insulted, some of the kindest people were betrayed. If they couldn't please everyone despite their goodness, what makes us think we ever can? The goal of life isn't to make everyone like you. It's to live in such a way that you like yourself. When you go to bed at night, when you stop trying to impress others, something inside you shifts. You begin to breathe freely. You start speaking your truth without fear. You make choices that reflect your values, not other people's opinions. You start realizing that peace is not found in everyone clapping for you, but in knowing that you did the right thing even if no one noticed. Living for yourself doesn't mean being selfish. It means being self-aware. It means understanding that your time, your energy, and your emotions are sacred, and not everyone deserves access to them. It means saying no when something doesn't align with your values. It means walking away from people who drain you, even if they don't understand. It means building a life that feels good as internally, not just one that looks good externally. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your peace. You don't need to justify your healing. You don't have to prove your worth to anyone, because the truth is, people who truly love and respect you will never demand that you perform for them. They will accept you as you are, with your flaws, your imperfections, your growth. And those who don't were never meant to walk with you anyway. Every time you bend yourself to please someone else, a small part of you breaks. But every time you stand firm in your truth, you strengthen your soul. The journey of peace begins when you stop performing. The moment you stop trying to please everyone, life starts to feel lighter. You begin to hear your own voice again. You start recognizing your true desires, not the ones shaped by society, but the ones born from your heart. It takes courage to stop performing. It takes strength to disappoint others while staying true to yourself. But that's what growth looks like. It's not about making everyone comfortable. It's about becoming comfortable in your own skin. Because the more authentic you become, the fewer people will like you, but the deeper the connections you'll build with those who truly matter. The irony is, when you stop trying to impress everyone, that's when you actually start to attract the right people. The ones who value your honesty, the ones who see your real light, not the mask you wear. Authenticity may not make you popular, but it will make you peaceful. You see, life is too short to live as a performance. Every day you spend trying to fit into someone else's expectations is a day you lose from becoming who you are meant to be. Your journey is unique. Your struggles are your own. Your lessons are sacred, and your peace is priceless. Stop giving it away just to be liked by people who don't even like themselves. The day you stop performing is the day you start living. You start seeing beauty in simplicity. You start feeling gratitude in silence. You start valuing solitude over attention. And you realize that the people who truly see your worth never needed you to impress them in the first place. So let go of the need to be admired. Let go of the fear of being judged. Let go of the illusion that everyone's approval will make you happy. It won't, because happiness was never meant to be found outside. It's an inside job born from self-acceptance, nurtured by purpose, and protected by boundaries. You will be misunderstood. You will be criticized. You will be judged. But none of that defines you. What defines you is how you respond with grace, with peace, with quiet strength. Let people think what they want. You keep growing. You keep learning. You keep shining. The truth is, people's opinions fade. Trends change. Applause dies, but peace, authenticity, and self-respect last forever. Don't let temporary approval make you lose permanent peace. Don't let people's noise drown out your inner voice. And don't let the fear of judgment stop you from living your truth. Because at the end of the day, when the lights go off, when the applause fades and you're alone with yourself, the only question that truly matters is, did I live true to myself? If your answer is yes, then you've already won. So, stop performing, stop impressing, stop pretending. You don't need to be seen as perfect. You just need to be real. The people who matter will see your heart. The ones who don't never did. And that's okay. You were never here to please everyone. You were here to live, to grow, to love, and to find peace within your own soul. When you embrace that truth, life becomes lighter, simpler, and far more meaningful. You'll realize that peace was never about being admired. It was always about being authentic. And when you finally live that way, you stop chasing the world because you finally come home to yourself. True confidence comes not from impressing people, but from improving yourself quietly and consistently. Confidence is not about how loud you speak, how stylish you look, or how many people clap when you enter the room. True confidence is silent. It's the calm energy of a person who doesn't need to prove anything to anyone because they already know who they are and what they stand for. You see, most people confuse confidence with attention. They think being seen, being admired, or being praised means they are confident. But attention is temporary and confidence is eternal. Attention fades when the crowd leaves. Confidence stays even in silence. There's something powerful about a person who works on themselves quietly. Someone who doesn't announce every little achievement but keeps growing, improving, and evolving. That quiet consistency, that discipline, that devotion to bettering yourself. That's what builds real confidence, because it comes from knowing you've put in the work even when no one was watching. Think about it. When you try to impress people, you depend on their reaction to feel good about yourself. You feel valuable only when they approve of you. But when your confidence comes from within, from your effort, your discipline, your growth, no one can take it away. People may praise you or ignore you, love you or reject you, but your sense of worth remains untouched. That's the strength of inner confidence. It doesn't need witnesses. True confidence grows in silence. It's built in the early mornings when you choose to work instead of scrolling. It's shaped in the quiet nights when you keep learning while others sleep. It's formed when you push yourself beyond your limits. Not for recognition, but because you know you can be better than you were yesterday. That kind of confidence can't be faked. It's earned. The world teaches us to show off success, to post achievements, to display progress. But the most successful people don't need to say much. Their presence speaks louder than their words. Their peace, their calm, their humility, that's confidence. It's not loud or arrogant. It's composed and grounded because they know they are not in competition with anyone else. Their only competition is who they were yesterday. And that's where most people go wrong. They seek confidence from comparison. They feel good only when they're ahead of someone. But that's not confidence. That's insecurity dressed as achievement. The moment someone else does better, it disappears. Real confidence has nothing to do with others. It's about your own journey, your own growth, your own progress. Confidence doesn't mean you think you're better than everyone else. It means you have no reason to compare yourself to anyone. You understand your strengths, accept your weaknesses, and trust that with consistent effort you'll keep improving. You stop competing and you start evolving. And the truth is, quiet improvement is the most powerful statement you can ever make. When you grow silently, when you build your skills, your mindset, your discipline, you become unstoppable. You don't need to convince anyone of your worth. Your work, your energy, your presence do that for you. Think of a tree. It doesn't make noise when it grows. It doesn't seek validation from the forest. It just keeps reaching higher, deeper, stronger, until one day its presence commands respect without ever asking for it. That's how true confidence works. When you live for other people's approval, you'll always be anxious because their opinions change faster than the weather. One moment they love you, the next they ignore you. But when you live for your own growth, you're free. You no longer need applause to move forward. Your motivation comes from within. You do your best not to impress, but to lead progress. But confidence is built through small wins, not big gestures. Every time you show up for yourself, every time you keep a promise to yourself, every time you push through fear and discomfort, your confidence grows quietly. It doesn't need an audience, it just needs consistency. When you build yourself from the inside, the outside naturally transforms. People start noticing the change, not because you told them, but because your energy speaks differently. Your eyes reflect peace. Your voice carries clarity. Your walk shows purpose. That's the kind of confidence that can't be faked. And the beauty of it is, it's unshakable. Your confidence comes from your own efforts. No criticism can destroy it, and no praise can inflate it. You remain centered, grounded, and focused. You don't rise or fall based on what others say. You know your worth, and that quiet knowing gives you an aura that words can't describe. So stop trying to impress people with your appearance or possessions. Impress yourself with your discipline. Impress yourself with your focus. Impress yourself with how you rise after every fall. Make yourself proud. That's where true confidence begins. The world may not notice your silent efforts at first, but don't worry. Silence doesn't mean failure, it means foundation. While others chase visibility, you're building stability. And when your moment comes, it won't be luck. It will be the result of quiet, consistent growth. Never underestimate the power of doing things in silence. The gym sessions no one sees, the studying no one praises, the tears you wipe alone. These are the things that build the kind of confidence that never shakes. You'll reach a point where you don't need to say, I can do it. People will look at you and know you can. Confidence isn't about being fearless. It's about acting despite your fears. It's not about being perfect. It's about being real, accepting your flaws and still showing up. Because every time you show up for yourself, you teach your mind one thing: I can trust me. And that trust in yourself becomes the foundation of unstoppable confidence. So keep improving, keep growing, keep learning. Not for the applause, not for the likes, but for the person you're becoming. Every single day you choose to get better. You're strengthening your spirit. You're becoming the kind of person who doesn't need to prove anything, because your energy, your peace, and your progress already do. Remember, true confidence is humble. It doesn't shout, it shines. It doesn't seek attention, it earns respect. It doesn't demand validation, it radiates self-assurance, and that only comes when you stop chasing approval and start chasing growth. So work quietly, build silently, and let your results speak so loud that you never have to. Because the strongest people are not the ones who try to impress the world. They are the ones who keep improving when no one is watching. You don't have to announce your greatness. You just have to become it quietly, patiently, and consistently. And when you do, the world won't be impressed because you tried.